M3 Fabrication was started in 2014 and built from the ground up by Sam and Tyler McClure.
Working for John Deere in Ottumwa, and I was outsourcing a lot of racks, products, and stuff, and nothing was coming locally. It was all going to Illinois, 3-4 hours away. I was family friends with Jack Boatman, who used to own a manufacturing facility similar to ours. He was actually my brother's golf coach at the time, and we got to talking, and I always wanted to do something on my own. That's what my dad did. Kind of got to enjoy traveling with him and kind of the perks of owning your own business, yet the stresses and that home stuff. But that's kind of what I wanted for myself as well too. And so we got to talking, and Jack's like, a lot of my old contacts still contact me looking for stuff to get done. I knew I was outsourcing. I had a company before John Deere that I worked for that was also outsourcing, and just kind of seemed to fit. It was kind of what I wanted to do. Had a guy that had a lot of contacts that could get us in on the sales side of it, and kind of got us our foot in the door. We kind of looked at other areas, Ottumwa, Missouri. We just kept coming back to here and where we wanted to be. The work ethic of the people around here. Seems like Bloomfield was more of a bedroom community. A lot of the people I worked with at the other places that I worked with that weren't in Davis County, lived here and commuted out of town. So we kind of saw it as maybe an opportunity to start something in Bloomfield and keep people from commuting out of our town and stay in our town and work. So it's pretty much me and my dad. My brother was involved a little bit at the time, but he was still going to college, and Jack, and pretty much was sitting in a coffee table, dreamt it up. I hired my first shop floor employee sitting at South Fork Restaurant before we even had the building up. We kind of talked about what the direction we were going and offered him a job, and he took it. So we hired him. As soon as the building got opened up, he came in and started making stuff for ourselves, our weld tables, our fixtures, our racks, stands, and stuff like that. And then it's just kind of been added on one piece at a time. So it started off about 3 or 4 of us and grown from there. We don't really advertise much. We have our Facebook, we put pictures up. A lot of what we've done is we've gone into companies and done a good job for them, built into there, and then those people leave and go to other companies and take us into there. That's a lot of our growth. So we've kind of built our name on quality. We'll go around and do sales trips and do face-to-faces and still, but we're not beating on people's doors and doing kind of the traditional route. We've done some cold calls and stuff that doesn't seem to work well for our industry. So just kind of how we've grown, just kind of pieced it off a little bit at a time and slowly developed it. We've got entry-level positions that we train for. So, along those lines, it's show up every day, show up on time, have a good attitude, and be able to work as a team. Because we're a pretty tight-knit group. We like to be, considered a family. It's a family-run business. We treat people on the floor like we do each other. So we kind of want the same thing. We want people to come here and want to work for us and want to do good for the guy next to him. So there's a couple different job opportunities here. We've got laser, got a couple lasers, and some of the technical side. So there's some technical school that you can go to, like Indian Hills offers some programs, some 2-year programs. That's really good for those. We've got welding, so we've got guys that go and get their welding certificate. There's actually a new program in Indian Hills that they just sent us information on that's kind of job skills for how to read blueprints, how to, we're job shops, so we're getting everybody's drawings, they're not just ours, so they got to be able to read those. So if you're running a press, a saw, any process in our whole plant, you got to be able to read that. So that's something we're kind of excited about that Hills is doing that fits us very well. So we've got a couple customers that we're pretty excited about. We've kind of just dipped our toe in with them. They do a lot of stuff, usually overseas actually, and they're wanting to source it here. So we're building some smaller stuff, but we see the end game, especially with COVID hitting, we see that as more of a push for those companies to bring it over too. I mean, they're not just only looking at cost anymore. They're looking at, are you local? Can you get it to me fast? And that's actually going to help us, I think, in the long run. So I think there's huge growth potential. We're trying not to outgrow ourselves too. I mean, you grow too fast, you lose what made you. That's kind of something that we're scared of, I guess. We're not wanting to grow just to be big. We don't like to be, we're not looking to be a John Deere or nothing like that. We want to still be that family company, still be, you call in, you can talk to an owner if you want us to come on site. We're not one of those hands-off people, so we don't want to lose our quality.
Mm-hmm.